everyone, and welcome back to the Creatives Connect webinar series. My name is Dalia, and as always, I'm super excited because today we have yet again another brilliant creative business owner who is joining us. Please welcome Toluwani, who is a marketing strategist, a personal brand consultant, and the founder of Creations. I don't know why now we're going to get into a funny story about why I thought that was her name, but please, her name is Toluwani. She said we can call her Tolu. I love the name Toluwani. So if you're listening to this and you also have that name, just know that you have a beautiful name. She has a track record of revitalizing brands and unlocking multiple streams of income for creative business owners. Now, if you know anything about creating real wealth, you know that you need multiple streams of income. So thank you so much for being here and welcome on board. So do you want to just briefly introduce yourself? I know I've just touched on it small, but maybe you can tell us a lot more about who you are and what it is that you do.
All right, thank you so much, Daila. Thank you for having me on this amazing YouTube show. I'm super excited to be here. So my name is Toluwanimi Fagunleka, and yes, I'm the founder of Creations. My name is Tolu, not Tano. So
it's not Tano. I'm sorry.
Most people actually call me Tano. So at the core of what I do is, I personally believe I'm a multidimensional woman. I do quite a number of things. I'm a pharmacist. I'm a marketing strategist. Some days I'm a coach, some days I'm a speaker. Right, but the core of everything I do is strategy, right? So I spend most of my hours creating profitable strategies for business owners, brands, companies, individuals that could help them increase their revenue or unlock multiple streams of income. But personally, I've been more focused on helping multidimensional individuals like me build a cohesive personal brand around their multiple expressions so they could unlock multiple streams of income, impact, and influence without feeling like they are doing too much or they are being random or without feeling overwhelmed. So yes, pretty much that. And as I said earlier, I'm also a pharmacist. I spent 7 years in school studying pharmacy before I started.
It's important. We have to let them know.
Yes. Before I started transitioning fully into marketing. So I'm happy where I am today, and yeah, I love what I do.
Oh, thank you so much for that introduction. That's a very interesting one. And before we even get right into it, I am curious, and I know so many people that are listening to this right now will be curious as to what happened, what led to the transition from 7-year pharmacist to now being a marketing strategist and brand consultant. Is there a story there that we should dive into? Something happened. You can tell us, we won't tell anybody.
No problem. All right, that's fine. So I think the journey all started when I was in 300 level pharmacy, and all growing up, I've always been that child that loves to talk, that loves to speak. And one beautiful thing about me is I don't exactly need to prepare so much before I say anything. So I just noticed that every time I open my mouth to talk, I don't know if you can relate. You just start seeing that you're talking sense, and you're like, okay, I didn't really know I was this smart. At the end of when you're done saying everything, I've only just been that child growing up that maybe in class I could just open my mouth and say something. Which that was great. That was this. So I never really paid attention to that part of me because I was in the medical line. But thank God for COVID. So COVID had happened, we were all at home, and there was just this very broke girl that was in a house that now had to learn digital skills. So COVID unlocked that part of me. So I was in a space where I had to maximize my time by learning different skills. So the first skill I had learned was video editing. So I'd learned how to do animation. So that time I would spend my time animating Bible stories. So parable of the coin, parable of the talent. So I would animate all of these things and post it on my WhatsApp status. So the fact that I had a skill, it now meant that I had to learn how to market that skill. Another problem. So I had to start learning a lot of marketing. So I had to read different books on marketing. I had to take a course. I think I took a course on Show Academy. That was my very first marketing course. I paid a number of people. And because I like to talk, I would always talk about what I was learning on my WhatsApp status. So I would share. And a lot of people were getting interested, and people were
Of
applying what I
course.
was saying. Yes, and they were picking interest. So they would apply, they would share feedback, apply, share feedback. Then the demand got a lot. So I started getting a lot of demands, like, okay, teach me how to generate leads on WhatsApp, teach me how to do this on WhatsApp. So I thought, maybe I can write a book around WhatsApp marketing. So that was how I created my first ebook. So I wrote a book on WhatsApp marketing, and I think I sold it to over 200 or 300 people, and I made my very first 200,000 naira. So I think I was like, if I can
There's
make
something here.
200,000
There's
naira,
something. There's
I know
something here actually.
good.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to go deeper into this thing. There has to be
Uh-huh.
more in what I was doing. And
Absolutely.
definitely, that was what, and this is way back in 2020. So that was what created that curiosity to knowing more and expanding into what I now do. So right now, I currently work with a tech pharmaceutical company. So it's now sort of bringing my pharmacy degree and my marketing knowledge. So I currently lead the marketing of a tech product. And yes, sometimes I'm training some team. So I really love marketing because it allows my multiple expression shine. So if I'd chosen pharmacy, I would have been probably restricted to a part of my
Just
life.
that
So,
line.
yeah, so
Yeah.
right now I can do anything or be anything without, so I can be on your show and I don't feel out of place. Yes.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think you are a natural, you know, when they say someone is just a natural at this, you're a natural born brand consultant, because one of the biggest issues, and you know this obviously from your experience, is one of the issues that so many people have with marketing is that they may be doing all these amazing things behind the scenes, but they feel some kind of way to talk about it. You
True.
know, you don't even have that problem at all. You are kind of like, I'm going to let you know everything I'm doing. I'm going to share my journey with you. You're going to be like every step of the way, I'm carrying you along with me. And I think that is such a brilliant thing. And that's what positions you to be so good at what you do, because you're not even hiding it. You're just like, this is what happened yesterday, and this is what I'm doing tomorrow. And you need to follow me for what's happening next week. It's like, let's go. And that's natural marketing, really. It doesn't have to be. I think so many people feel like marketing, it has to be this very salesy language. Like, no, it can just be like you day to day, this is what is going on. And just like you rightly said, there's going to be interest, there's going to be curiosity, because people have problems, and when they see you solving the problem for yourself and they have that same problem, they're going to be like, okay, how far, how did you do this thing? I saw that you completed this thing, how did you do it? I saw that you did this, how did that go for you? And just like that, you've been able to monetize such an amazing skill. So that's an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing that. I knew there was a story there. I had the feeling. I was like, something happened.
And yes, the name Tanum is the name of a plant.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
So
I'm
the
not
plant is called Toluwanimi. So their plants, yes. So I felt, so that it just makes sense. Toluwanimi. Tanum sounds cute. So
are you a plant mom? Confess. Just tell us now. Just tell us.
no,
Are you
I'm
a
not.
plant
So
mom? Do you have?
I'm going to be somebody's mom some days.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. You know, these days there are different kinds of mom. There are plant moms, there are dog moms, there are cat moms, you know, so we have to be. I know someone that's the plant mom. In fact, she's a plant grandmother, because she has plants for Africa. She has plants that have given birth to other plants, and it's just it's an art. I have to tell you, you need to go to Instagram and see all these like plant dads and plant moms. They don't joke with it. They are very serious with their planting and their plant babies. So it's very serious business. It takes a lot of dedication. You have to start learning all the names, and you have to start learning, okay, this one likes sunlight, this one doesn't like too much water, this one doesn't like this one. It's like, yeah, it's like you're actually taking care of a real child. It's to me, it seems just very exhausting. I'm like, nope, I am not the one today. It's not the day. It's not for me.
I would love to see it. It was very nice to see. So I'll probably check them out.
I'm sure you'd love it. Okay, so we're going to get right into today. So if you're watching today, you probably know today we're going to be talking all about building a solid client base for your business. This is one topic that I think is very, as always, all the topics, I know that they are very important, but this is especially for you if you're in a phase in your career where you're trying to transition from quote unquote creative to being a creative business owner, because a business is not a business if you are not getting paid. The business is not a business if you are not getting paid clients. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And this is an area that we know that Tolu absolutely shines. It's going from a place where you're just, okay, you're passionate about this thing, you're just doing it on the side, or it's like every once in a while, to now you want to be a serious business owner. And being a serious business owner means that you need to have that solid client base behind your business. So we're just going to get right into it with our very first question, which is, how can businesses effectively identify and understand their ideal clients? Because now that someone has gotten into the headspace of, okay, I need clients, how exactly am I supposed to find them? How do I identify them? How do I know who exactly my ideal client is?
I love it. I love this question because the truth is, if you don't know your target clients, you would always miss your target, right? So if you clearly identify who your ideal clients are, your focus is clearer, your marketing communication is clearer, and your messaging is clear, right? So one of the ways to understand your clients is to first understand the value you are bringing to the table, right? So this solution that you have, who is it most relevant to, right? So for instance, I'm a personal brand consultant, right? And I recently just made that a thing, right? So I've always done personal brand consultations to quite a number of people on that ground. But I just really realized that this thing is actually a big deal. Let me penetrate into this market. Let me go into it. So when I was going to pick that tag for myself, I just studied, and I studied my solutions. So I noticed that most of the clients I had worked for were multidimensional individuals. They were people that were probably CEOs of companies. They had a business they were building, while they had personal expressions. So some of them had ministry expressions, some of them had creative expression, some of them were just visionaries that liked to solve problems, that enjoyed creating. People that would just wake up every day and they just have that new idea, and they cannot share.
They want to do it.
Right, they can't share to their business space, so they are probably looking for a platform that would allow them fully express themselves. So I'd seen that while I can build personal brand for different kind of people, I can build personal brand for business owners, entrepreneurs, I rather choose to focus on multidimensional individuals because one, I understand them better, right? Because we are similar kind. I can speak the language they understand, right? I know their problem. I can tailor my messaging to fit them because I've been where they were. Secondly, they will pay me better, right? So me, I like money. So everything
which you should. Every business owner, you have to like money. I'm sorry.
when it comes to choosing, and this is very of priority. When it comes to choosing your ideal clients, you don't want to be at the end of the food chain. So the truth is, you can serve someone that has money. You still can serve the richest person in the world alongside the poorest person, because everybody is looking for the solution that you probably have, right? So I would consider these people have my money. They're not people that will negotiate my value. So if I tell them I am charging $1,000 for this session, they will not tell me that this money is too much, because they already understand that this thing matters to me. I am someone that likes to communicate my impact without feeling random, without feeling all of these things. So I would say number one, understand your own value. Understand who it is most relevant to. People that are willing to do anything. So I can be a dentist, for instance, and I can be communicating to someone. Imagine a dentist communicating to two of us. We don't have toothpaste. We are able to talk. We are fine. The dentist will just keep talking. You'll just be talking every day. But imagine I rather focus myself on people that already have toothache. They are in the dying situation.
They already understand what you are saying. They're already feeling your pain. Everything you are saying is resonating with them.
Exactly. And if you're someone that's currently like 2 weeks ago, and I'm sharing this because 2 weeks ago I had a terrible toothache. If I'd seen any dentist that would offer me home service, I'm not even going to match anything. I am so going to pay your money. So it's always very essential to focus on providing value to people that are probably already problem aware or solution aware. Right? So if you redirect your messaging to people that already need your product, it saves you a lot of stress. So does this mean, so of course there's always a larger market in people that are not problem aware. Of course, there are more people that need a dentist today, need a creative today, but they are not conscious that they need you. So while you are promoting your offers and your services to people that already know they need you, you would also balance your content strategy, communicating and educating people that don't yet know they need you, but they are not your target audience. They are not your clients.
Love that.
So good to say that they are your audience, but they are not your clients. So your clients are people that they are already problem aware. They have the money. They are aware that that solution exists. They are willing to pay for it. Those are your clients. But audience are the people that you need to nurture, right? You need to get them to know that you people, you have problem. I have the solution, but you have to pay me the money. Yes, target audience. So most times we miss clients with audience. So people are constantly promoting offers to people they should be nurturing. Why nurturing people they should be selling to? So it has to be very clean. So, yeah.
I love that. And I think you've touched on so many important points here. But the most important thing to me that you said here is problem aware. Two most important things, problem aware and solution aware. And I know a lot of people are listening in right now, and whether or not you can connect with that or you've ever heard that before, if there's anything you're picking up from that, is problem aware and solution aware. Are the people you are speaking to aware of the problem? Because just like the clear example you gave about a doctor, imagine a dentist talking about toothache. I'll be like, oh, that's fine. Do you have an idea? I can keep in contact with you. Let's keep in touch, because I have nothing. I have no problem that you can help me with right now. So you're just going to be another contact in my book, as opposed to someone that is actually actively having toothaches. They're not going to be saying, they are going to say, okay, when can I call you? Can I come to you tomorrow? Can I get in touch with you now? And I think that is such an important point, because so many times I feel like we are not even putting in that extra step to know if the person that we're speaking to is aware of the problem. Right. And then you spoke about like kind of downplaying the value, like on, reducing the value. And I think a lot of Nigerians struggle with that, where it's like, oh, this service costs 90,000 naira or 100,000 naira. And they're like, that's where I know somebody that can do it better comes.
Yeah. Then when you go and meet someone that can do it better, they will not come back to you.
They will come back, because value is value is important. And I think one thing a lot of people need to know when it comes to this is that price is, perceptive. Just because someone is looking at it like, oh, I know someone that can do it better, it doesn't mean that you should lower your prices, right? It just means that, like you have rightly said, you are not speaking to the right people. You have not identified the ideal clients that is problem aware. So starting from this step, like you've said, the very first thing we need to do is we need to identify people that are aware of the problem. And one thing that we talk a lot when it comes to this, and this kind of segues into my next question, is the best way that you can do this is on social media. Now, what social media strategies can we now use to begin to engage those, whether problem aware or solution aware people?
Okay, interesting. So one last thing I would say as regards the last question is leveraging ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is a great research tool that simplifies your process. So you can just go on ChatGPT and tell it what you do, and ask ChatGPT to describe an ideal client that is best fit for you. Makes that easy. So what social media strategies have you found effective for engaging potential clients? So the very first social media strategy is speaking to their problems, right? So people love it when they feel seen, right? So I would only trust someone that I feel understands my problem much more than someone that I feel understands my solution. So this is what I mean. I need to be sure that you understand my problem to be able to pay money for your solution. So for instance, if I'm currently looking out for someone that would run Instagram and Facebook ads for me. So if I just see people talk, so I've seen a lot of people talking about how they can run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and all of those things. But I don't feel like they understand my problem. I'm having payment issue. My Instagram is not accepting my payment. So if I find someone that appeals to my problem, somebody that if I read your post, I feel like you can see me, you know me, you know where I am currently. I can trust you with my money to take me to where I want to be. So one major mistake people make is they keep communicating solutions without emphasizing and explaining the problem. So first thing, understand the problem enough So much that when you are communicating the problems through your storytelling content, your audience, your ID clients feel seen. They feel like you understand them. They feel like you know them so much, right? So communicate the problem, then profile the solution. That's number one.
Okay.
So number two is solve the problem of your target audience the way they want it, right? Solve it in the way and the format they want you to solve it. So for instance, some people prefer to have a one-on-one solution, one-on-one conversation with you. One-on-one. Okay, I need to reread this question because I think I am now talking about sales strategy. So social media.
Well, to be honest, you're correct, because I mean you are selling on social media, so we're talking about social media marketing and social media sales here. So you're absolutely correct. Yes.
So some people prefer to have a one-on-one session than to buy your course. So why some people prefer to take a self-paced course? So you need to understand your target audience down to how they prefer to buy their solution. So for instance, if you're working with C-suite executive, they probably would prefer to just have a 30-minute session with you and just get off everything. Or they would even prefer to pay you to just do it for them.
Because they're so busy, right? Yes.
Money, just do it, charge me. Because the problem when you're targeting CEOs and busy executives and you're telling them that they should come and sit down and watch a 5-hour how to do it course. There's no amount of adverts you want to run. You have already shot yourself in the leg. So first, package your solution in a way that best serves your ideal client. Right? Third thing I would say is collaboration. So I know that when you are starting out in business, you might not exactly have the type of clients you desire and the type of client, the quality of clients, and the number of clients. I mean visibility. So you might not exactly have the visibility you desire or the quality of clients that you desire, but one thing you sure have is the value and the solutions that you offer. So you now want to sit down and ask yourself, this solution that I presently have, who can I collaborate with to probably do an Instagram live that would drive me traffic to my page? Who can I offer my solution for free? And another thing I would like to address at this point is how lots of creative aids to do things for exposure. So there has been the social media campaign against working for exposure and not working for exposure. So working for exposure is not bad. It only becomes a problem when it's not done strategically. So there are some people that when you work for exposure for, it gives you access to your ideal client straight and direct. So it's left for you to begin to choose who you would work for exposure for. So there was a time I had launched my first one-on-one session and I wanted to promote that. And I didn't exactly have the audience that would pay me what I needed. So what did I do? I had identified a particular lady that had my target audience. Number one, she had my target audience. Number two, she had the influence I needed to promote that product. So I reached out to her. I see that you are currently launching an offer, and I'm not sure. Then I asked her, how is your sales going? How many products have you sold? Then she shared with me that the sales are slow and all of this. I said, okay, fine. Are you open to having a one-on-one session with me? I would give you strategies that would help you sell this product. We'll go through everything together, and I'm willing to hold your hand through the process. Of course, I'm not charging. I said free. And she was like, no problem. That she's happy to do it. Then I told her one condition. She said, what was it? At the end of this conversation, we are going to have a collaboration together. We'll do a collaboration post. You will post a review of my work on your page and you collaborate with me. I said, no problem. It's fine. And as much as she gets results. We up on the call, we had the conversation. She made the video, I posted it, and I got several clients after. That is me choosing a valuable work for exposure. So when you are starting out, you will need to work for exposure so that you can gain access to the market. That's one. Number two is so that you can build your portfolio. And this even reminds me of a conversation I had with a creative last. This is a new week, today's Sunday. Yes, so last week.
Today's Sunday, yeah.
A conversation I had last week, right? So this lady is an amazing content creator, right? Very, very good. But she was not getting clients. She was at the verge of shutting down her business because nobody was reaching out to create content to pay for her skill. Everybody was reaching out to her to just create content and just post. So I picked interest because this lady is actually good. So I took my time. I went to her page. Guess what was in the link of her bio? WhatsApp. All right, like that was not enough. I went through all her page. No portfolio. There was no portfolio. There was no review of clients' work. There was nothing like, here is how you can work with me. Nothing like that. Everything on her page. So she was well positioned as a passionate content creator, not someone in the
Yep.
business of content creation. So that was the main problem. So her positioning was wrong. She was passionate about creating content, but I cannot come to your page and see you as someone in the business of creating content. Right? So the very first thing, so if you're in that situation, the very first thing I told her to do is number one, she should go back to all the clients she had worked for, ask them for review of her work alongside the revenue generated. Revenue can be in form of likes, comments, sales, shares, and followers. They should give her a screenshot of the algorithm. I think Instagram algorithm allows you to take it. Then
The
gather all
results.
of those screenshots against the video using Canva to create a portfolio before, after, the insights she has gotten.
Yeah.
She should put all of those together, and at the last page of that portfolio, she should put how to work with me against rate card. Generate the link from Canva, put it in your bio. So when I land on your page, I can clearly see that this person is into the business of content creation.
They make business. Yeah.
Exactly. So the second thing you want to do is clearly pin on your page, here is how to work with me. So nobody is confused. So as a content creator now, you can either create the content or create the content and collaborate with them. So I'm creating and I'm also influencing. But I create the content, so I just give you, or maybe I just give you a consultation for you. Clarify it on your page. This is how you can work with me. And I will not even say this is how you can work with me. This is how you can work with Toluwanimi Fagunleka, because you are a staff of your own brand. So even
Absolutely.
if you are the only person working for yourself as a creator,
Put it out there.
exactly, right? So here's how you can work with me. The final thing you want to have on your page is reviews of your work. Like, so in between those pages, you want, in between putting out your content, you want to also balance it with reviews. And once in a while, strategically put out offers. So the reason why you're not selling every month is because you are not putting out offers every month. So if you constantly, at the beginning of the year, if you sit down and say that this year I want to make 10 million naira. So how do I make 10 million naira? It means I have to make 1 million naira, at least 1 million naira every month. How do I make 1 million naira every month? What do I need to sell every day? That's why I'm looking like 100,000 naira 10 times. So it means that if I get 10 people to pay me 100,000 naira every month, I already have 1 million naira. Great. What can I offer? What can I offer? What 100,000 naira offer can I offer 10 times and not be overwhelmed? So it's this consultation. So if that means if I get 10 consultation clients and I charge them 100,000 naira, I will hit my 1 million naira goal. If my video advert is 100,000 naira, if I get 10 people that require that service, so it means that at the beginning of the month you are releasing a flyer and 10 slots available. Work with me, and here is what you get every blessed month. You are strategically positioning yourself for your 1 million naira. So at the end of the year, you will get your 10 million. So the best part is that there are some months where you would exceed your target. There are some months where you will not meet your target. It's absolutely fine. One thing is that you are constantly positioning yourself as top of mind in the mind of your ideal clients. So why they might not need you this month, there'll be a month where you randomly come to their mind for better opportunities and better offers.
Because you've been putting it out there. I absolutely love that. And I like how you kind of broke that down to say at the beginning of the year, this is the goal I want to achieve. How does that now translate month in, month out? What are the different offers? What are the offers, like you rightly said, what is the offer that someone will be willing to pay me 100,000 naira for, that I can offer 10 times and not be overwhelmed? Because I think that strategy piece is missing so many times when people are coming up, because we're talking about social media here, and it's the reason why I say to people, don't downplay social media. It always seems like, oh, it's just about putting posts online, it's just about posting random content. No, if you're a serious business owner, you know that social media is serious business, because before you even get to the content, you're sitting down with yourself and saying, okay, what are my business goals? What am I trying to achieve? Because social media marketing is all about, it's a strategy to achieve a goal. So what is the goal that we're starting out here with? And then you are gradually breaking that down to say, okay, 10 million naira, in terms of, like, do the maths. I think one thing that I like to say to people that I feel a lot of business owners shy away from is, we don't like maths. And I know that this is like a thing right from nursery, primary school. Everybody say, I don't like maths, I'm not a mathematician. See, if you want to be a real business owner, you're going to have to do the math. You're going to have to sit down with yourself and be very honest about how much do I even want. You have rent to pay, you have bills that are piling up. Your landlord knows how to do the maths and he will tell you how much it is. So you have, bills, you have food to eat. And if you go to a restaurant, they will do the maths for you. They will tell you down to the last second, down to the last naira, down to the last kobo. If they can charge you in kobo anymore, they will tell you how much your food costs. So why are you not doing the maths? Why not sit down with yourself and say, how much do I actually want to generate from this business, enough to not only pay my bills but to sustain the lifestyle that I want to have? Because I see so many people running away from that conversation, and the reason I just kind of put that in there, because we're talking about goals, and I just feel that's such an important thing to highlight when we're talking about goals that then lead to your strategy. You need to sit down with yourself, outline your goals, be very honest about, like you rightly said, if I want to make even 1 million naira, do I actually have an offer that people are willing to pay 1 million naira for? Do I actually have an offer that if I can, imagine it's a 7,000 naira offer and you want to make 1 million naira from it? How many times will you have to offer that service to get? I know, but a lot of people do that, where you now burn yourself out. Because I think I absolutely love the fact that you said without getting. Exactly, because we do it.
Was selling something of 100,000 to 10 people. Make your money move.
Yeah. And I think one thing that I also wanted to come back to and touch on, which I think is so important that you kind of mentioned, is the difference between, you said, the business of content creation and running a business. And I feel like so many creatives fall into that trap where, because of social media, it now just feels like we're content creators, right? That's all we do. Wake up in the morning, day in my life, as the blah, blah, blah. And we do all this. It's fun. It's interesting. You even find a lot of people are able to build massive followings. I've seen cases of even influencers where they have hundreds of thousands of followers. They're not able to make any money from it, right? So my question to you really then is, for so many people in that situation, first of all, why do you think that happens, where we just fall into that trap of, we turn into content creators rather than actually, building a business? And then for someone that has found themselves in that trap, what would be your number one advice to them?
Love it, actually. So personally, now I'm going to switch from strategy to personal brand consultant.
No worries.
Like, my clients, when it comes to building a personal brand is all about directing your narrative, right? So when you know that your personal brand is going wrong is when people are putting a definition on you that you don't want for yourself. So imagine somebody today calls me. So this is how I score my personal brand. So if I get any invite that is not aligned to what I do, I'm going to question it. Why did I get this invite? So imagine somebody invites me today for a fashion show. I'm going to know. Of course, I love fashion. Like, if you go on my page, you're going to see a lot of nice outfits that I wear. But it has to be a problem if I have loved communicated fashion so much, they are not inviting me for a fashion show. I'm not sure, right? So what I get to my personal brand is the type of invites I get. So I want to be sure that I am not allowing people put a definition on me that I don't want. Or worst case, imagine if you invite me to come and taste a food competition and you're inviting me to be a judge.
Yeah.
So the very first thing before going to social media at all is defining your narrative. Who am I? What part of me do I want to show? What part of me matters? So I do a lot of things. Like, if I literally film a day in my life, if I'm supposed to post an unfiltered day in my life, it's going to be very crazy. But so, okay, I think that's just a perfect example. So imagine filming an entire day in your life, 24 hours. So personal branding is you doing cut and join, cutting out narrative you don't want to put out and joining narrative that really matters to you. That is what personal branding is about, controlling the narrative. So here is the thing. Before you go online, you have to be clear. Am I a content creator, or am I into a business that requires the content creation skill? So if you ask
Okay.
people to stand up, if you are doing a poll and you ask content creators to stand up, I'll most likely not stand up. I'm a content creator here. I create content for my church. I create content for my friends sometimes. I create content because I love to create content. But I'm a businesswoman. My business is marketing. And the reason why I create content on Tanum Creations page is because I'm trying to get clients. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to impact people, not because I'm a content creator. So Tanum Creations is a business that requires content creation skill to generate clients and to make impact. Tanum is not a content creator. So it needs to be very clear. So even if Tanum is a content creator, let's even language it. So Tanum is a content creator. Let's assume this is someone like Lai Wasabi. Lai Wasabi is a content creator. Selem King is a content creator. So I am a content creator, but I am not a content creator because I want to entertain people. I want to entertain and I want to monetize. Right? So narrative that I'm driving the monetization strategy, and I'm driving the entertainment strategy. So every of my weekly posts, I am ensuring that there is one post that speaks to monetization. And it doesn't have to be direct. So it doesn't even have to be come and buy, this is a flyer. It could be as subtle as indicating hashtag ad in my post. Just putting hashtag ad or putting just collaborating with. So if I do a video and I collaborate with Wema Bank, so I'm I'm in a very low tone communicating that I am an influencer subtly on my personal brand, So how am I doing that? So for instance, I could wear some outfits that was sent to me by some brands and some businesses, and I'll just tag them. So I'll intentionally tag them on my page or tag them on my story. So I don't necessarily have to say, today I influence for. It's not necessary. That's not a narrative I want to read for myself. So understand that narrative that you're trying to control. I create content, but you have to pay me money. Right? So things that should matter to you is in your language. So if I do a video for Wema Bank, or if I do a video, Wema Bank did not pay me money to influence. So I might call it Wema Bank. So if I do a video for but I'm not wearing purple when you call up the bank.
So it's on brand. Exactly. So please ride on.
So it's okay. So if I'm doing a collaboration, if I do an advert for Wema Bank talking about the brand and the great services that they offer, so I'm most likely going to tag them. I'll tag them, and in my hashtag, I'll do hashtag adverts. So that should tell you already that I was paid for this job. It was not free.
Yeah.
So it's not every time you don't have to clearly spell it out that this is in situations whereby you don't want to. But things that should clearly spell it out for you. Your email address on your profile. Here is how to book me. Your portfolio in your bio, soft. An highlight cover that carries client's review of your client's work or client's testimonial. So if I see those three things, if I see a portfolio in your bio, I see an email address to book you, and I go on to see an highlight cover that talks about your review, I clearly know that you're not a content creator creating for passion. I know that this person is here for business.
They mean business.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Or if I send you a DM, like if I send you a DM and I tell you I want to work with you, and you're just chatting, I'm expecting that you send me a link to your rate card. So once I see a rate card, I know that this person means business. But if you are just talking, 30 minutes video or 1 minute video, 1 hour video, where did you see the time? So the fact that you're able to do back and forth to them, it shows that you don't have a lot of clients, you have a lot of time to do back and forth. Just send me a picture of your rate card, send me the link to your email, and even if you are not busy, please try to act busy. Try to act busy. I think it's where a lot of people miss it. So you are doing a lot of back and forth. So how much will you now pay? What's the budget? There's no time.
You've given it all. You've given it all for free. Yeah, yes. I do feel a lot of business owners make that mistake, where it's like, and especially with social media and content creation, there should be a clear boundary between free content and paid content, right? If you give everything up for free, what's the incentive for me to pay you? Like, I'll just like that. And just to kind of touch on something you mentioned previously, which I also think is very important and kind of segues into our next question. You know, when you were talking about people that like to do it on their own and the importance of visibility off of collaboration and others, because then my next question was going to be, how important is networking when it comes to building that client base, especially for new business business owners? Because you did mention that especially when you're starting out, you may not have all the resources, you may not have all of these things. So it's good to collaborate with other people. Why do you think that's important? And what are some of the ways that we should be prioritizing networking, collaboration with other business owners as well?
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Maybe so I was dancing when you were asking. Networking is actually very important, right? Because networking is connection with people, and at the core of every business is people, right? So it's one of the most important things when you are just starting out. I remember when I just joined Instagram, there are two major people that I had collaboration with. That was Process Toolbox and Digital Creator Chick. We are still very much together. Now they are very big people on Instagram. Well, when we talk like normal people, when we're having conversation, because three of us, we grew together. We started together. We met each other at the very early stage of our business. So at that stage, we had our first Instagram live together. We had our first paid webinar together. Yes.
Wow.
That's another mistake people make. So you're trying to network people that are higher than you when you've not even settled networking with people that are on the same level as you are. Exactly. Your friends will go to your friends today. People that are starting business with them today. People that are starting their business today. That seem like they have just 1K followers, 2K followers, and 3K followers. In the next 1 month, next 6 months, next 1 year, they are going to have a lot of followers. And trust me, you're going to wish you paid more attention to them when they just started than when they blew. So that's so that's one thing we need to settle. So networking is not just with people that have gone ahead of you. It's people that are lower than you, people that are on the same level with you, and people that have gone ahead of you. Because most of the opportunities you will get at the early stage of your business, in fact, at the later stage, will be very connected to your network. So yesterday, I spoke at TEDx, right? And how did I get that speaking gig? I didn't do anything. Like, it was someone that I had known since 2020 that was on my WhatsApp community. She just reached out to me if I was available to speak, right? I told her that, of course, I was very available to speak, and I was open to who will not be available to speak on TEDx. I'm available to speak and things like that. So if I had not made that network in 2020, I probably would not have leveraged on it in 2024. Right? So networking is a long-term game. And how I love to see networking is you are intentionally building your community. You are intentionally building people that have access to you and people you would have access to. And you don't have to wait until you need someone. Or you don't need to need someone to network with them. That's another mistake. So you feel like I'm only going to network with Tolu because I want her to be a speaker at my show in 2 months. So you're trying
in the future.
Yeah, so you're trying to talk to me every day. So when you invite me to your show, you will not pay money. Something like that. And that's what a lot of people do. And yes, people are wiser today. So when you interact with me, you shared my story today, you've commented on my post, then next 2 weeks you're sending me a DM requesting if I can feature on your show. I already know that, okay, that means this person has been interacting with me for the last 2 weeks because of this very day. It's not good. It's a very bad attitude. So networking should be very mutual. Acknowledge the solutions that you have to offer this person. So when you are communicating with someone, it's not so much about you. So even in physical events, when I network, I listen more than I talk, right? So I'm asking you, hi, what's your name? Tell me your name. What do you do? So I'll pay so much attention to what you do so that when you ask me, what do I do too? I can tailor what I do to what you have told me. So if you've told me everything about how your staff is stressing you, your this is stressing you, I am going to introduce myself to you as a marketing strategist and a team trainer. Simple. But I would not have gotten insight into knowing that you had staff issue if I did not pay attention to you. So pay attention to people. Be interested in connecting with people, not just because you want to get their contact or because you want to get their following. If you connect with them deeply, it would way more than just having them follow you or connect with you on LinkedIn. So yeah, it's very important.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And I think for people that are listening to this right now and kind of thinking, one of the most common kind of concern I hear from creatives, especially when I talk to them about networking and collaboration, is okay, so but where can I meet people? Where do all these people you're talking about, where exactly do you meet them? Is it physical events? Is it, if it's online, okay, am I just going to follow any random person online? Where exactly would you recommend, okay, this is where you can start finding people to network with, to collaborate with?
So you want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Okay, love it. So I think I will start from the one most people don't do. So first, pay for events, right? This is one thing everybody hates to do. Pay for events, pay for courses, pay for programs. So the beautiful part of paying for programs that resonate with you is that you find your kind, right? You'll find your kind in those programs. So for instance, let's assume you pay for my workshop, right? It's for multidimensional individuals. That means you're a multidimensional individual that is coming to a workshop that has fellow multidimensional individuals. So you're going to connect with your kind. So you are paying for a vision board session. 2025 is coming. People will soon start promoting vision board. So it's for you to pay attention to see that I need this thing. People that are like you that also need that program will pay for it and they would come. So going for a paid program puts you on a better position because you are now connecting with people that know how to pay for value. Right? So you're not just connecting with people that are looking for free. And you're intentionally networking with people that are
free. Oh my
right?
God.
People that honors value and people that pays for value. So number one, pay for strategic events. Pay irrespective of the amount. So I had a conference in July and the person that did my video coverage, I didn't pay any single thing for video coverage, for photo coverage. And if you're in Nigeria, you know how much it would cost.
It's expensive.
To get a full video and photography coverage for an entire conference that started by 9 and finished by 4. That's a lot of money. I got the coverage for free. How did I meet this guy? I paid for Visionary Leadership Compass. It's a conference by DDK. It's a lot of money to go for that compass, right? But I'd gone to the Visionary Leadership in January, connected with this guy. We've had conversations on Instagram. And another thing with networking is show up, right? So one of the ways to stay top of mind of the people that you connect to, if I connect with you on LinkedIn today or on Instagram today, we might necessarily not have conversations, but you follow me, I follow you. Every day you are most likely going to see my posts. And you're going to know that, okay, this is what Tolu does. Tolu does this. Okay, this is how Tolu sounds. Then I become top of mind and I am able to follow up with that connection even after that event. So that was exactly what had happened. So we had met in January, but shown up consistently on my social media platform that this guy knew me so well. So when it was time for me to do my company, in fact, I referred clients to him. So I'd seen clients that needed a video cover, and I just remembered, okay, I met this guy at an event, and sure, if it was at a paid event, of course, he's not joking with his business. So I'd referred him for the event. So when it was time for me to host my conference, all I had to do was to send an email. Then we had a phone conversation, and that was it. Very simple.
Brilliant.
So pay for events, right? That's number one. Number two is get on groups, right? Get on people's free programs. So if you currently cannot afford to pay for your event, join free classes, free groups. And when it's time to introduce yourself very clearly. Don't just say, I am a social media strategist. What does that even mean? So I am a social I help you create strategies that would help you.
Love it.
Exactly. I'm a graphic designer. What does that mean? I help you. I am a this, right? So don't miss out explaining your tagline. Don't just say you are a personal brand consultant. Trust me, not everybody even know what that English
What does that mean? Yeah.
Yes, so I'm going to tell you what that means when I'm introducing myself. So every opportunity to introduce yourself is a very big deal. Leverage it. Right?
I love that. I absolutely love that.
So I joined LinkedIn this year, and I've just been realizing how that LinkedIn actually helps you network easily. Like you can actually sit down and start connecting with all your target audience. And I think the way it works, once you connect with them and they accept your connection, they automatically become your follower. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I am intentionally connecting with all my ideal clients. I am connecting with them just so they can accept my connection, and they automatically become my follower, and they can now see all my content. That's targeted marketing. So LinkedIn, yes, use LinkedIn. LinkedIn gives you access for free. Then sit down and analyze where your target audience are and think of how you can offer value to them for free. So if I see that this community has my target audience, I could reach out to the founder or to the community manager, and I'll just tell them, I would like to teach for 30 minutes or 1 hour in your community for free. I would like to offer this service for free. I would like to give out my video service to 5 people for free. And I just need them to give me a shout out in the community group when I'm done working with them. So reach out. Don't be afraid of rejection. People reject you, of course. Rejection is actually a normal part of life. It's just how we breathe in oxygen. Norms. You breathe in
I love
rejection,
that.
breathe out acceptance. I don't know what I just said. But anyways,
I love it. Someone should caption that and put it on a graphic, put it on a t-shirt. We breathe
so
in
anyways,
rejection and
rejection
breathe
is
out
like,
acceptance.
yes, rejection is a normal, or we should we say we breathe out rejection, or anyone.
We breathe out rejection and breathe in acceptance.
Acceptance,
Yes.
yes. So
Yes.
rejection is a very normal part of life. Don't feel bad, right? Don't feel bad that you were rejected. We all, even the richest man today, gets rejected. So reach out to people, right? Reach out, collaborate with people, and most importantly, when you are reaching out, communicate your value before you communicate your need, right? So don't reach out to anybody telling them I'm currently struggling with visibility. So because I'm struggling with visibility, I want to offer 1 hour session. No, don't do that. Keep that information to your pocket. Just offer your value. So would you be interested? So I'd rather see something like, and in the month of November, I'm currently looking to sharing my value and impacting more communities. So I'd consider picking your community as one of them. Would you be open to having me speak for 1 hour with your community members in exchange for a review of my work or the impact my session had on them? That's all. So it's you that know that you are looking for visibility. You don't need that. You don't need to share that information with anybody. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
So yes, always communicate your value before you communicate your struggles. So yeah.
Love that. I think one thing that has even remained consistent in everything we've been talking about here today is the importance of understanding your target audience. Previously, we're talking about problem aware, solution aware, and now we are talking about understanding. I especially loved when you talk about, introducing yourself and someone is saying, I'm a brand consultant. And I can imagine 50% of that community is kind of going, okay, that's fancy. They have no idea what exactly what does that even mean. And even for the people that know what it means, I think it still helps when you go the extra mile in saying, I help you do XYZ. Because I feel like that's a reminder in someone's brain when you simplify it. One thing that you need to know about marketing is simplify it. Nobody is here for the big English. Nobody is here for you to complicate what we don't care about. Break it down, and not just break it down to the specific problem that people have. I help you save time on graphics. I help you focus more on this. I teach you how to do this. Make it so specific that they feel like you're already in their head because they've had those exact conversations before. This is one thing that I like to talk about even with my team. I always say, if you're putting out any kind of copy, whether it's social media, captions or whatever, has anybody ever said that in the history of mankind? If I'm reading a blog topic and it's saying, okay, 5 ways to make money versus 5 ways to create more affluence in your blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, has anybody ever used the word affluence in a statement? Simplify it. Look for the words that people are saying. I'll ask them, I'll say, have you ever heard anybody say that word to you? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, so why are you putting it out there? Because nobody's going to connect to that. Use the words that people are using every single day so that when they're reading, you're introducing yourself and they're like, oh, even yesterday I was thinking about, yeah. They do, because it's like, and like you rightly said, it's like, are you here to impress people? Are you here to share your woe betides me stories, or are you here to add value? Because I think, like I said, one of the things I feel like you've consistently talked about, and I feel like that's so important, is understanding the problem of your target audience. And since we're talking about paid clients or paid customers here today, you need to understand the problems of those people. How can you even solve a problem for someone if you don't even really understand, you don't really know who they are? Like, are you making up the problem? Because that's what begins to happen is if you don't really understand someone's problem, you are assuming what their problem is. And then you meet them and it's like you are so distant. You are so distant from reality. It's like, okay, that's nice to know. That has nothing to do with me. As opposed to when you're talking to someone and they're like, have you been trolling me? Are you following me? That kind of a thing.
I also made a post about that. So every time I post out a content, like it's almost like, did you read my mind? Were you there when I was praying? Did you say? And I'm like, oh, you don't know about reds. You don't get it. Just stay there, just be plain.
Just forget about it.
Just be plain. You will buy my product. If it's enter your dream, you will know I'm in your dream. You will buy, you pay for it. You don't know about it.
We're already connected. Don't worry. I've already gotten you. I know, and I love that really, because when you get feedback like that, it tells you that you are doing something right.
Yeah.
It does. When someone says to you, "Are you in my head? How are you just? I was talking about this thing to somebody yesterday, and today you're already making a post about it. Like, are you following me?"
I love it. I think that's my favorite comment in my. Anytime I see that, I love it. Work done.
Absolutely. Okay, so just because we are quickly running out of time, let's get to our final question of the day, which is all about making those clients stay. Now, I will say, and any good marketer or salesperson knows this, it is more expensive to get a new client than to retain an existing one. And that is why we want to be talking about client loyalty. We want to be talking about retention, because it's one thing, and to be honest, you know this already, it's very stressful when every single month you're looking for new clients. Every single month you're looking for new clients, as opposed to you serve one client and they never want you to leave them. They're like, please don't go. You have done so much for me. Like, please don't ever leave. It's like a photographer. I have a few photographers that I'm like, this is the same person I keep using over and over again, because when they take my photo, I look like an angel. You know, that kind of a way where it's just like, I never want anybody else to take my photo. So it's the same thing that happens in any business, where if you do a great job, they want to keep you. You're like gold to them now. They never want to lose you. In fact, they start to refer you to other people. So for you, what are the retention strategies that you have found to be most effective when it comes to keeping those clients engaged and loyal?
So I love that question, right? And I just hope I'm permitted to take my time.
No, please go ahead.
So I have a quote that if anyone follows me, I say it a lot, and it's simple. The goal is not to sell once, the goal is to keep them buying, period. So every conversation you're having, the goal is never to sell one, the goal is to keep them buying. So if I understand that the goal is to keep them buying, it now brings me to question my product, because it keeps them buying what? Keep them buying my products. So there's this major trend on social media that undermines good marketing to good products. I'm a marketing strategist. Of course, I'm happy when you prioritize marketing than product ideation and product promotion, because you are helping my industry. But I will tell you for free that even a marketer has a problem with marketing a bad product, because for every of the marketing budgets, there is a follow-up repair that has to be done, because more people are buying the product, more people have negative things to say to the product, and you're constantly having to correct the public relation of that product. So someone had made a Twitter post about a product that you're spending millions, you're spending maybe thousands. Let's even bring it down. Let me not go into my 9 to 5. Let's go to brand, right? So you're spending thousands marketing this product, then successfully a lot of people buy it. And when they buy it, the ripple effect is that other people don't buy it. Why? Because they're constantly saying negative things about that product. One of the best things to set to before you, one of your best retention strategy is do your work. Do your assignments. Put out good products. Let your product deliver on the promise that it has made. So you've told people that when they do their graphic design with you, you would communicate, the communication will be clear, the design you need, do it. You've told people that if they manage their social media page, their page is going to look like this, do it. Any promise you've made, just deliver. Right? It makes every other strategy, it makes it very easy. It makes it easier. So there's this bread that is currently trending in Nigeria. It's called Boku bread. I don't know. Have you heard of Boku bread? So Boku bread is literally trending everywhere. Me, I don't know what they are doing. Me, I even feel like it's beyond marketing at this point. I think there's an underguarding something in that business. But at this point, I don't know. But one thing you can say about Boku bread is there's bad review of course, you cannot eradicate the bad review that your business will
Yeah.
get. But
Yeah.
for Boku bread, it is 95% to 5%. So 95%
Wow.
of people have something good to say about the bread on every social media platform. So it's easy for them to get recurring customers because the reviews, they have good reviews. Right? So that's the first thing. One, good products. Good products. Good products. Good products. Yes. So the second thing I would say is data marketing. Prioritizing data over money. So the easiest way to retain a customer is when you have a track record, when you keep record of those customers. So I'll give you an example. So let's assume that you've had a client work with you for a launch. So I worked with you I'm currently promoting a workshop. It's happening in December. So there is a content creator I'd worked with. So I had worked with a photographer to take pictures of the launch. I'd worked with a content creator, and I'm currently working with an email marketer or email content writer or something like that. So these three people, I've been working with them since last month, October. So if they keep track of data, it means that for me to work with them, I probably filled an onboarding form. Three of them did not give me onboarding form, but let's assume I followed the process and they gave me an onboarding form. So I'd filled my name, I filled why I wanted them to work with me, I filled the time frame of their contract, and they've even gone ahead to ask me, is this a recurring project? Would you be launching this workshop every year? Yes, I'm going to do this workshop every year. So I'll feel that. So what will happen is that there will be a month where they are probably not getting the most clients. They will now go back to that database and check which client did I work with in the month of November last year and told me that this project is recurring. Do you understand? So I can see
They're digging into that information.
Yeah, so I worked with Tolu in October, and Tolu had clicked that this project is recurring. That means most likely. So picture this is 2025. So that means most likely Tolu is probably working on that workshop again at this time. And Tolu probably needs me and she has forgotten me. So what will I do? Hi Tolu, how are you doing?
Reach out.
Just checking up on how plans for your workshop is going. Have you started launch? Have you started?
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
So me, this is Tolu, and I'm like, oh, how did you know?
You remember?
I'm so grateful. Oh. Yes, I need your help. That's how you got this job again. How are you able to keep track? Data. So down to product business. So you sell cake. Someone had sent you a DM to buy cake. I told you that it's my mom's birthday, May 27. I ordered the cake May 26. So at the beginning of the month of May, what should you do? Sit down. And if you cannot do it by yourself, employ an administrative staff. At the beginning of every month, let them pull out the client that you worked with in the month of May last year. If my mommy did birthday last year, May, I'm going to do birthday again. Yes. I'm going to do birthday again. I'm going to buy cake again. So the only reason I will not buy cake again, either I'm too busy, maybe I don't have a budget for it, but the only reason I will not buy cake again is if I don't have money for it. Or another reason is I'm too busy, I'm stressed, I'm choked with work. But having a brand, send me a mail or a DM saying, do you order cake for your mom's birthday is coming up in the next 5 days. How is plans going? Would you want to order
That's
cake?
Brilliant. And I think that shows so much initiative that I think clients actually appreciate. Even if they didn't want to, I feel like now they would want to.
Yeah. Yes. So, how did I even get this idea? So I think one day I was just seated and I just thought about it that, wait, I want to make my hair. So how did this thing come to my mind? I hate going through the salon. It's stressful. So most times I have to probably twist my hair or wear a wig. So I thought about it that, imagine if my hairdresser can be so thoughtful to think that
and be keeping track of it
in the last 1 month. She needs to lose her hair. Let me call her. Does she want me to come to her house? See, this is easy.
And actually, that's brilliant. If someone is listening to this right now and they're in any kind of like service, when I say service, like, I don't know if they have like a name, but like the beauty industry, whether it's nail care, pedicure, manicure, hair care, any of that, facials, I feel like that is a brilliant strategy to pitch to someone like that. I feel like I would love somebody if they were actually able to offer me that service. Like, oh, we did your nails like this time last month, by now they should already be blah, blah, blah. Like, we should schedule in a refresh, let's just jazz them up again. Like, can you imagine? I have never met anybody that does that. And I'm just thinking about how brilliant that is.
I literally talk about this thing every month on my page, and I'm like, I need just
That's
one
amazing.
person, please. I need just one person to implement this thing. Like, just do it. Like, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. So, right. And I think another person that's talking about this is Trisha Biz. I think
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. Do you know Trisha Biz?
I think so. The name
Oh, yeah,
sounds
Trisha,
familiar, but yeah, I
think she
probably do know
mentioned
her.
last year or last 2 years. She had mentioned it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure a lot of people do that right now. So second thing I would say, so second way to think about this, if you're offering a service, create a subscription package, right? So I'm a social media manager. You can work with me for 3 months. So what have I done there? I've retained you for 3 months. So I'm a marketing strategist. You work with me for 3 months. This is the rate card to work with me for 3 months. So I'll make sure that, so if you charge $100 to work with me for an hour, to work with me for a session, I would give you an offer that will keep you for 3 months. So instead of working with me for 1 hour, this is the rate card for 3 months. So of course it's going to be cheaper for you. So I've retained you. So what I've done for myself is I don't have to look for clients for 3 months. I've already gotten clients for 3 months. Soft life. So create subscription package. Create subscription packages in your business. So graphic design, for instance, rather than just doing one flyer, this flyer. No. How are you about to take over people's carousel? So I'm telling people that to make 20 carousels, this is the price. I've retained you for an entire month. So even if nobody reaches out to me to do graphic design, I'm kept. Of course, we are all kept by God, but I'm kept. Like, they were like, don't do your flyer with me. Like, I already have a client that has paid me for 20 carousels. So I'm busy throughout the month. And the sweetest part is that if you have a subscription package, you would only need, like, if you price correctly and you have a subscription package, you will need 5 or less than 5 clients than your normal everyday package. So if you can see, if you can settle your 5 clients monthly, like if you can create a subscription package that will bring you at least 5 clients monthly that you priced correctly, you will not have to do extra marketing. Then you can now focus on nurturing content. So people just see that every just posting content, teaching. This person is not selling anything. You're not selling anything because you already have clients. So
that's good.
So you're able to be passionate about content creation because your clients for the month is already settled.
It's already settled.
So yes, so what's that customer retention package will I say? Reviews, right? Sharing your client story. Sharing your client story. So when you share a client story, you get another client because people can see themselves in the journey of the clients that you've shared. Right? So yes, I think pretty much that. First I've shared is good products, excellent products. Second I've shared is data marketing.
Looking into the data.
Yes, keep track of data. And then third I've shared is subscription packages. Then fourth is share your customer story and customer review.
Brilliant. So, I love it. I love all of that. Yeah. To be honest, I would actually say my personal favorite is number 1, because just like you have rightly said, I think that is something that so many people they don't look at so much, and that is the one thing that guarantees success when it comes to retention, is how well is this thing, because like you've said, you spend so much money marketing and selling a product just for people to come in and realize that it's trash. And everybody loves their money. It's true. Everybody loves, as much as it doesn't matter whether it's 1 naira, whether it's 5 naira, whether it's 100, whether it's 1,000 naira, everybody loves their money. And one of the most painful things is when you spend money on something and the expectation just goes from 100 to 0. It's like, oh, you are the one that spoke the most. You are telling me all these wonderful things. And now it's like, okay, take my money. Let's do the damn thing. And you are not able to deliver. And I'm just kind of there feeling like, okay, was I lied to? Was I manipulated? Or, you know, like, it's such a horrible feeling, even from a customer perspective, where now they don't even want to be here. It's like, I don't even want to be here. Talk more of, why would I want to refer somebody else to come and experience what I'm experiencing right now? Like, no. Yeah. So I think personally for me, I think that that is the most important, and that is my personal favorite, because I know from experience that when you create such an amazing product or service and the customer experience is so wonderful, free of charge, people want to refer you to others.
Yeah.
It's like the graphic design service that you did. Imagine, immediately they come on board, the service is seamless, the communication is amazing, you deliver excellent quality on time, everything is good to go. If I have a friend that's a business owner and even just makes the mistake of mentioning graphics to me, there's no way, I'm already singing your praise. I'm already like, oh, you still have that problem, I was able to solve mine with XYZ, this, yeah, because like that's how people think, except if you're just an altogether, you're just a hater. But I think normal people, when they see someone else that has a problem that they've been able to solve, they're kind of going, oh, I know someone that did this. Do you want to talk to him? I know someone that did this. Maybe, I can share his contact and you can see if it works for you. And that is how referrals go. And before you know what is happening, just from one customer, you're able to get 3 or 4 more people that you've never even met before. You didn't even sell or promote to them, and they're just coming to you for free saying, oh, my friend said you did their graphics. Oh, my friend said you're the one managing their social media. Oh, my friend said you're the one that did their hair. Again, beauticians, why are you sleeping on this? It's so good, because that's how we are as human beings. When we see something that is good, we're saying, who manages your social media? Who does your graphic? It's so good, And they're saying, oh, it's this person, blah, blah, blah. And now you have free customers. So I think 4 of those strategies are brilliant. And I also love kind of the subscription based, because I think that's a very creative way. That one, I really feel not enough creative business owners are doing that, where they're able to package their services in a way that it's either a weekly thing or a monthly thing or a quarterly thing. And yeah, like you said, someone pays for a quarter, you're good to go, right? You have 3 or 4 or 5 of those kind of clients that have paid for a quarter. Imagine how much time you would save not having to be in constant pursuit of clients and customers. And I think even as a business owner, it's a lot less anxiety too, because, let's be real, there's a lot of anxiety that comes with, I no longer have a 9 to 5, I no longer have a stable income, I need to make money, I need to get clients, and now you already have people that are on retainer, and you save yourself all that headache. So thank you so much for sharing all of that with us, Tolu. I think this has been such an amazing session, and I think I have loved following your story. Besides just expertise that you're sharing, I feel like you have so many interesting stories to share, like that we just won't be able to cover because of time. But just finally, before we close the session, I wanted to shine a golden spotlight on you. Please tell us about something that you are hosting, a workshop, an event, a book. What is the best way for our listeners right now to, get in contact with you, get involved in the amazing work that you're doing?
Love it, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. So I think I'd randomly mentioned at different point I was working on a workshop that is very, very dear to my heart. So it's called the Multidimensional Brand Workshop. Right? So it's a workshop aimed at helping creative entrepreneurs, multidimensional individuals build a cohesive personal brand around your multiple expression. So you can now unlock your multiple streams of income, impact, and influence. So I had categorized it so I would say that first, if you're currently in a space whereby you feel like you do too much, or you feel like you are too much, you feel overwhelmed, you feel stuck. So at every point you ask, what do you do? Or at every point you want to show up on your social media platform, you don't even know what to show up as, because you are so much and you don't know how to package yourself without feeling random. Of course, this workshop is going to help you build a cohesive personal brand, a cohesive messaging, a cohesive offering that you could constantly show up on your page without feeling random, without feeling overwhelmed. Secondly, if you're just looking to build a platform that allows you fully express yourself, so a platform that you could leverage on when it's time for you to host your course, host your book, host your conference, like I believe that one of the frustration creative phase, if you have this great idea, but you don't have a community to push it for you. You don't have a community to leverage on when it's time for you to sell or to launch. So when you have a solid personal brand, you could always fall back on your personal brand to promote anything across your expression, right? So majorly building a solid personal brand that you could use to impact the world, grow your influence, even if you are looking to be an influencer without necessarily being an influencer, right? Impact your world, build your influence, and most importantly, unlock your multiple streams of income. Right? So
Money.
it's only December 5th to 7th, and it's going to be
Okay.
so funny how the people that paid so far are not even in Nigeria. They're not even in Nigeria. This workshop is supposed to happen in Lagos, Nigeria. So, right, so it's supposed to happen in Lagos, Nigeria, right? But if at the end of the day we have more international people paid, then that's absolutely fine. But here, it's happening in Lagos, Nigeria, but it's also going to be streamed December 5th to 7th. And it's priced at $100 if you'll be joining physically and $90 if you'll be joining virtually. So Nigerian money, that's 150K and 150K and 120K. 150K and 120K. But if you are joining, if you are going to register from this YouTube, I could consider giving you maybe a 10% discount. Just let me know. Yes, just tell me that.
Well, and of course, we're going to link all of the. We're going to put your social media and all the necessary links in the description. So please go into the description, click on the link, reach out to Tolu, and let her know that you are from Tri-Statics, and she will be very happy.
10% of coupon code.
Brilliant. I absolutely love it. And then you can use it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. Your time is valuable to us, and we absolutely love all of the, not only notes, but the experience that you shared, because to be honest, I feel like that's what people connect with the most, is when they're seeing someone else that has built this amazing brand and they've been able to do all these wonderful things, and they can actually connect to that and feel like they started where I started, right? So if you are able to apply these strategies that she's talking about and she's teaching you, these are things that she has done herself, so you can be rest assured that it will work for you if you put in the work. Because that's where we struggle, every single one of us. It's all well and good for us to sit down and hear all the speeches, and we have our notebooks and we're writing everything down. How many of your notes have you taken action on? So please, we are not all about writing stories and all of that. Please, it is now time to take action. The ball is in your court. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toluwani. Thank you so much to everyone that has followed us today, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.